This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Well, today's subject is a little bit different because I don't think you really learn a lot about yourself until you're put into a situation where you have to make some hard decisions. And you start to figure things out. One of the things about playing a lot of games and stuff like that, or being a collector, however you want to say it, it doesn't matter. I mean, in order to be a gamer, you know, some people want to separate collectors and people that play games hardcore. Well, I don't think you just buy games just to collect them. You had to play them at some point to be interested. It just, what happens is either the fear of missing out or, you know, oh, wow, that looks really cool. I'm going to bring it in. I'll get to it sometime. And a lot of times we don't get to it. But as I've started bringing things down because I want to start concentrating on playing certain things and, you know, really concentrate on the playing aspect of having a game collection and finding out what fits for me. And as I started culling and doing auctions and stuff, you start to learn something about your gameplay. You know, where you're at. What do you go, oh God, you know, I can't get rid of this because, man, I really like this and I want to play it. And then there's other things that you notice in your collection that you really think that you like, and you go, you know something, I just don't want to play that. And I think you don't really learn about yourself and your game taste until you're put in a position where you have to cut your collection down, because then you learn the type of pattern of the type of games that you really like. You know, I'll give you a for instance, just you know, in my aspect, you know, I love I love miniature games, I really do. But I found as I've been cutting things down that I was kind of shocked to learn that I was willing to let go of a lot of things that I never thought I would let go. Some GW stuff, like I have no interest in 40K. Is it, you know, old or new anymore? Whereas Blood Bowl, more of a sports game. You know, even though you need more than one person to play it a lot of times, even though I play by myself, I tend to say, no, I'm never going to let that go because it means something. Warhammer Quest, I want to keep. There's certain dungeon crawls that I keep in my collection. And I realize I really love, there's a real pattern to what I enjoy playing. I'm becoming more solo intense as far as games. There were games that I had that were massive, you know, 2-player, you know, 4X, everything that can happen. And I go, A, I don't have the time for it. B, where am I going to find somebody to play? You know, I could probably get my son, but do we really have time to donate a whole afternoon? I start to look for games that are shorter in time, easier to learn and teach. Card games, which I really love. There were certain miniature games that I said I kind of turned a nose up to, which I was kind of surprised, and I really like the games. You know, I like that apocalyptic feel, but I go, well, how you know, how many times am I going to play that? So I start pulling that kind of stuff out. Games that repeat themselves. You know, how many Battles of the Bulge could you have? And then you start to kind of figure out which ones really fit, which ones can you afford to get rid of and keep. Certain types of card games I started keeping, ones that were smaller in stature and not these massive amounts of cards. A lot of sports games, you know, I didn't realize how much Table Golf Association. I have this bowling game from Play, or a wrestling game, or Counterattack, Subbuteo, which takes up a lot of space, but I realize how much I enjoy playing that and building my stadium, and things like that. There are just things that you just know in your heart that you will never get rid of. Car Wars, Ogre, for me at least, Space Hulk, Hero Quest, Warhammer Quest, anything from chip theory games, those type of games that I really hold on to. Of course, my friends over at Flying Pig Games and Flying Frog Games, and I'm finding that I don't need as much and can still get the same amount of experiences. That doesn't mean I'm not going to bring new things in. It just means that as I start to cull, I start to discover certain things. Like I was thinking, geez, I'm not a big Euro gamer. Can I get rid of these? Well, you have a game like Everdale or anything from Stonemaier Games. These games move me, and I realize, it's not the Euro game. It's the quality and the gameplay of things that I tend to turn towards. That is changing. My taste isn't, I love to play everything, but I'm realizing that even though you try to collect everything or bring everything in, that not everything hits home the way certain games do. And getting down to that nitty gritty of those games that are the heartbeat of my collection, I'm finding it easier as I go through, but I also sit there and go, wow, I didn't expect that I would want to keep this, or I didn't expect that I was okay with letting this go. And you learn more about yourself and your gaming taste as they progress through the years through this process. I wonder if a lot of you go through this and have experienced this type of thing as you have progressed in your gaming journey. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good way to put it. I started playing Marvel United. I figured, okay, you know what? I'll get rid of all my Marvel United stuff. I'm okay with that because I got Marvel Zombies. Well, I broke it out and I realized I painted it, and I said, oh boy, this will go for good money. And then I said, well, let me play it one more time. And I played it and I went, I really want to keep this. So it changed. I was surprised at that. I was really surprised at that. There were a lot of things that, as I've dug through here, that I was willing to let go. Again, reiterating, and things that I just don't want to let go, because I just know that it'll find time, and that's the thing. When you are doing this, number one, learning how you evolved as a gamer, number one. Number two, are you going to be able to find time for this? And are you going to be determined to make time for it? And then making sure your collection is down to a point where it's manageable and it is comfortable and it is full of things that mean something to you deeply. And that's where I'm trying to get to. It's kind of hard with all the stuff that I've collected over the years, but now I'm at a point where I just, I'm older, that I feel that I'm in a good place where I know where I am. I know who I am as a gamer. And I think that's something that a lot of gamers have to do, is look at yourself and determine what type of gamer you are. What type of person are you? And is this excess, or is this something that's going somewhere and you have a certain type of theme that you are creating, instead of having a real pretty background with a whole bunch of games nice on your shelf that are never going to come out or move, or just are in the background for filming whatever video you feel like filming. What type of gamer are you, and where are you going? And that is what I discovered doing this. And I thought it was something interesting to share with all of you. I was very fascinated to do such. And see if you look in the mirror now and maybe go, what type of gamer am I? What do I want to accomplish? What are the things that I want to involve myself with? So, now that I got that off my chest, until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.